Author and filmmaker of Hillary's America, Dinesh D'Souza, joins us now to discuss. Dinesh, great to see you, as always, here on the show. You know, Donald Trump suggesting that Hillary is partly to blame for this, following saying that she supports the idea that cops are, a racist force in the United States. Is he right or wrong?
Well, I think he's right, because there is all these situations have a lot of facts that are on the ground that become obscured when you have demonstrators who are generally relying on very limited information. In one of the shooters, the cop was a female. Now, there's a lot of research that shows that females are much more reluctant than males in general to use force. In the North Carolina case, the shooter was African American, as was the victim. And so we have to, on the one hand, we have to sympathize with young African Americans who feel a fear of cops living in the inner city. But on the other hand, we also have to identify with the unimaginable difficulty of being a cop in that difficult environment where your life is constantly at a trigger's edge.
President Obama was responding to both what unfolded in Charlotte and Tulsa at the museum's reception yesterday, the African American History Museum in Washington, and he had this to say. We'll get your response. Watch.
My hope is that as people are seeing what's happened in Tulsa or Charlotte, may step back and say, I understand. Yeah. I sympathize. I empathize. I can see why folks might feel angry, and I want to be part of the solution as opposed to resisting change.
Part of the solution. You know, the criticism on the left has been that they focus, you have Al Sharpton showing up in these areas, or Jesse Jackson coming in and focusing on what divides us. What was the president's, were you surprised by the president's response there?
Well, there's a profound one-sidedness, because he wants to empathize in this case he wants to emphasize with the conditions in the inner cities, but there's also an empathy that needs to be extended to the police, because the police are being thrown in an impossible situation. These are unlivable neighborhoods. By the way, typically neighborhoods that have been created by the Democrats, that are run by the Democrats. Life is very difficult in those places, and it's very difficult to be a cop in those environments. So this understanding has to be a two-way street. You get the sense with Obama that he's talking with one eye closed.
Well, we're certainly going to hear more about this tonight at the debate. What do you expect you'll hear from Donald Trump on this tomorrow night?
I think Trump needs to expose, the liberals often talk about looking at the root causes of these social problems. And I think the root causes of these social problems is that you've got these dilapidated neighborhoods in which there's no opportunity. Everybody gets a meager living, but nobody gets a good education. Nobody gets ahead. And this is actually the fruits of Democratic policies over a generation. I think Trump needs to lay the blame right at the foot of the Democratic Party.
Dinesh D'Souza, always great seeing you here on the show. For more on Dinesh's movie, visit Hillary'sAmericaTheMovie.com. Thanks so much, Dinesh.
Thank you.